Little-known agency shaping clean energy policy could be on the chopping block. Pippa Stevens is here, and she has that story. Hi, Pippa.
Good morning, Becky. So we are talking here about the Loan Programs Office, which could be all but eliminated under President-elect Trump. Part of the DOE, the LPO provides financing for projects that are cutting emissions, a clean energy bank of sorts. It's been supercharged under President Biden, growing tenfold to about $400 billion, thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act and filling a needed gap in the clean energy funding landscape. While the LPO has noted that federal programs continue across administrations, it could become largely dormant under Trump, which is what happened during his first administration. Now, there are currently 210 active applications seeking more than $300 billion in funding, which includes 17 conditional loans, or ones that have been approved by the Energy Secretary but haven't yet been paid out. Publicly traded EVgo, Plug Power, and Ioneer are some of the companies in the queue who are no doubt rushing to get the loans squared away ahead of the inauguration. Or as Peter Davidson from Aligned Capital told me, we could see a shift in the types of projects they fund towards things that are more traditionally favored by oil and gas executives, including hydrogen and carbon capture.
I don't know. If you listen to Elon Musk, he has said that they should strip away all the subsidies and help that's being given to clean energy, but also do the same thing with oil and gas and other forms of energy. If you take them seriously, what they're saying, they sound like they're going to strip away a lot of those taxpayer subsidies.
Well, there's a lot of discussion about the Inflation Reduction Act and to what extent it could be repealed, especially since more than 80% of that funding has gone to Republican-held districts. But if you look across the ecosystem, there are a lot of industries that have at some point been subsidized. And even if you look at energy as maybe a national security issue of sorts looking forward, we've already ceded a lot of the manufacturing, a lot of things like critical minerals refining to China. And so if you want to bring that back to the U.S. and make that competitive, people who are proponents of the program say there has to be some sort of government backstop there. And they're not the ones, they're not putting taxpayers on the line here, but they can do things like provide direct lending or a loan guarantee, which then mobilizes private capital behind some of these newer technologies.
Did they build that one charging station? Do you know? For the $400 billion? Is this the agency that was able to? They got some money left over. I think.
Yes, they do.
They do. They got I think out of the $400 billion, they have like $1 billion left. Right?
Yeah, they actually have.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, they have a lot of that left. So they have provided a conditional loan to EVgo. But another thing is they did have a very black spot back in the day when they loaned to Solyndra, which then went bankrupt. That was a more than $500 million loan.
That was the famous one.
Yes.
They also loaned to Tesla, though. Tesla was one of their bright spots. And so after Solyndra, they've been very careful about the companies they are lending to. There are very strict stipulations. You have to do things like set revenue aside so that Solyndra 2.0 does not happen again.